Shall we begin?
Let's begin. Welcome everybody to another Create Your New Life. I am your host, Michael G. Davis, broker, CEO, Realtor Plus business coach. Excited for another session with you all. Man, it's Tuesday. It's hot outside, but it's so pretty. I am just feeling great, in a phenomenal mood today. I'm grateful that I can share this energy with you all today. Got a lot of agents on today. Looks like my text message to you guys is really working. So we're gonna definitely keep that ball rolling as far as getting these text messages out to you guys. All right, so now if you're checking us out on our YouTube channel, or somebody sent you a text, or some other method of you coming in, joining in with us today, I want to say welcome. Thank you for taking the time to see what we're all about here at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. If there's anything that you hear as I go through, got disconnected. Boy, I got disconnected. There they go with that disconnecting on you, boy. All right, anyway. All right. If there's anything that you hear that really stands out to you, maybe you feel like you're not getting the kind of nurturing and the kind of support from your brokerage firm, then I say you're going to get an opportunity. You're going to see a link for us to spend some time together and for us to talk. And I can tell you a little bit about it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen that are on with us today, first of all, I want to say welcome to LaQuana and Michelle and Shay and Terry and Rowena, all on with us today, and then all those that are going to come in a little later. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, everybody. Know that as we go through our session today, if you have any questions, any comments, anything that stands out from our talk, then I want you to chime on in. And I love engaging and I love interacting, so we can definitely do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do is make sure that if you want to get the 1 hour of CE credit, everybody was on time, so we've hit that, but I got to see your face. So you got to turn your camera on. If you want to get, now again, this is only if you want to get the hour of CE credit. There goes Shay. What up, Shay? You gotta turn your camera on so I can see you, okay? I gotta see you. If not, Trek will be mad, and we don't want to make Trek mad. Go ahead and turn that on for me. All right. So now, with that being said, I always like to start off with showing how you can take part or kind of engage with us offline. As far as our social media, I highly encourage YouTube because I feel like that gives the best representation of who we are as a company on YouTube. You see videos, tours, little clips of events and things that we've done, property tours, the one-on-one coaching examples, so you can get an idea of what that looks like. You get to see all of that on our YouTube channel. So I highly encourage you to subscribe to that, as well as our Facebook business page. We do lives, our Mastermind Through Tough Time. We do that on Tuesdays. So our Facebook, our YouTube and our Facebook business page are the best ways to really engage and stay connected with us. I am on LinkedIn. I am on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook as well. So those are other ways that you can, check me out and see kind of what I got going on. I mentioned earlier, like I said, if you're checking this out on YouTube or somebody sent you a link and you're interested in hearing more, you like what you hear as far as the things that we offer as a brokerage firm, as well as myself as a coach, then I encourage you to click on the link and schedule an online or in-person company introduction so I can tell you a little bit more about the great things that we're doing here at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. All right, and then I mentioned it a little bit for those individuals that want to take part in getting the 1 hour of CE credit. You just got to be logged in once the session begins. You must show identification, but we do that prior to the recording being turned on. I got to be able to see your face, Shay. Got to see you. And then you must stay online the entire time if you're going to get that full hour of CE credit. Look, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, right? But according to Trek guidelines, that's how I got to do it. And that's how we were able to qualify for the CE credit. All right, so today's title is Incorporating TikTok into Your Social Media Arsenal. As many of you all know, we have spent the last 8 sessions. Today's session will be 9. Really digging into looking at how to create a phenomenal, outstanding social media strategy. So if you haven't, oh, that's a bird. Girl, I got scared. I'm like, what is that? Okay, anyway, we've been looking at the last 8 sessions. You know, when you're on the 3rd floor, you shouldn't be hearing stuff outside the window. So I'm like, whoa, well, hold on. But it was just a bird. The last 8 sessions of looking at putting together a real rock solid social media strategy. We've been looking at social media influencer Gary Vaynerchuk, and today we're going to be looking at the last item. So this is item number 19. So we've looked at 19 items, well, 18 prior to today. But when it's all said and done, 19 items as it relates to a social media strategy. So we're going to finish that out today. We're also going to look at the biggest mountain that Brooks & Davis is looking to climb. Also, how our Brooks & Davis realtors can receive elective CE credit every week of the year, as well as in other trainings. We're going to talk about an upcoming event that we're having here at the CNT Center this weekend. And then we're going to look at some spectacular luxury real estate just minutes from Pearland for sale. So that right there, if you're on the other side of that deal, that's a pretty solid payday. So we're going to look at helping one of our agents move that thing. All right, so our quote today comes from a Miss Margaret Malloy. What she says is, social media is a contact sport. All right, so it looks like Margaret Malloy she's an Irish businesswoman based out of New York. Looks like she's a global marketing officer. So not even a national, she's a global marketing officer at head of new development for a brand consulting and design firm called Siegel and Gale. So that's who's giving us our quote, a global marketing and brand development person. And what she tells us today is that social media is a contact sport. And what I believe Margaret is telling us is that social media is more than just posting, right? It's also about engaging your audience, your fan base, through comments, through direct messaging, through looking at their pages and commenting on what they're doing. It's truly like nurturing and fostering a relationship more than just delivering information or marketing, advertising, right? A lot of times we use social media as a platform to where we just want to sell, and that's not what social media is really about. It's about making contact. It's about making those touches and engaging with people. So that's that quote for today. What up, Latanya? We got Latanya in the building. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure I mute her. You boys be coming here making noise. I don't be muting yourselves. All right, but if y'all want to say something, just unmute yourself. Or you can utilize the chat, because I got the chat open. Let me make sure I got the chat open. Might be lying to you. Do I got the chat open? All right, now I got the chat open. All right, so what are we talking about? Oh, there we go. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a moment in the course. So for you all that partake in our Create Your New Life on a regular basis, you know that I spend about a minute going through our core ideology. What makes us unique and special at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm is that we have an ideology that's built up of 3 different concepts. One of them is our big, hairy, audacious, or it's our core goal, the thing that we're looking to do, which is what we're going to look at today. our core mission, which is what we strive to achieve as we approach this business, and our core values, right? We have 5 core values. All right, so the thing that we're going to showcase today is our core goal. And our core goal is to be the #1 real estate company in the state in production and profitability. And that is a humongous goal. This right here is what keeps me up at night. It's what gets me fired up. It's what pulls me out of the bed every day, is to be able to achieve this goal. And I look to have my desire and my energy to achieve it flow to you guys so y'all can help me achieve it as well. We'll say guys and gals. All right, so now for us to do that, you know, we first got to get out of Houston. And as you can see, Keller Williams kind of dominates these top spots. So just for us to get out of Houston, we'd have to supplant Keller Williams Realty Memorial. They've been in business 31 years. Right now, they're number 45 in the United States, but they're #1 in Houston Metroplex. They have 3 offices, 2,017 agents is what they have. And last year, they did a production volume of $3.59 billion. So that's just to get out of Houston. Average sales price $276,000. A little over 13,000 transactions, right? So you guys see, we got some ground to take, but we can do it, man. And I mean, I get excited about it, right? I love challenges. That's that whole engineering stuff I got going on in my brain. I love problems. So that gets us out of Houston. All right, so now once we get out of Houston, for us to get out of Texas, to be the #1 in Texas, we're dealing with Keller Williams Realty Go Management. They're the #1 firm in Texas. I don't know how many years they've been in business, but they are number 10 in the United States. They have 14 offices, 4,200 agents. They did a production of $9.45 billion, average sale price $294, 32,000 transactions last year. We're talking about in a year they did that many transactions. So, and that's for us to be the #1 real estate company in the state. So we got some work to do, people. We're going to get it done. And how long is it going to take? Who knows? It takes how long it takes. But that is what we're going for. And whoever wants to get on this ride with me, let's ride. Because we're going to ride it till the wheels fall off. So that is our core goal. That is what we're shooting for as an organization on achieving. All right. So now, before we get into our production for the week, I want to give some shout outs to some new agents and affiliates. So we've signed on some new agents. Miss Elena Smith, want to welcome her to the team. She's done some phenomenal work with some other agencies, been in real estate for about 4 years, and now she's come to the Brooks and Davis family, ready to take her career to the next level, and we're excited about helping her get there. Miss Ronielle Sanders, she actually has her license in Kentucky, but she has now relocated and is now has her license here in Texas. And she is going to be starting her new life and career here in Houston. She's retiring out of the military real soon. Has some major success in the military. So we're going to work together to really capture that military business, that relocation business. She's really excited about putting veterans in homes. So we're going to work with her to get that done as well. And we want to welcome her to the family. She got past that Texas test. And now we're ready to rock and roll and get her going. Matter of fact, I got my first coaching session with her today, and I'm excited to take part in that with her. So welcome, Elena. Welcome, Ronielle. And I also want to welcome Mr. Kevin Ards. He's actually in Mesquite, Texas right now, but he's coming in under our affiliate program. He's about to get licensed, and even though he's in the Dallas area, he's still going to sign on with Brooks and Davis. And what Kevin said is that he wants to be the person to introduce Brooks and Davis into the Dallas market. And what I'm telling Kevin is absolutely, Kevin, I am with that, buddy. You can be that person because that is definitely a market that we definitely want to get into. And based on our big, hairy, audacious goal, we're going to have to get into if we're going to supplant these other companies to be the #1 brokerage firm in the state of Texas. So welcome everybody to the team. Excited to have you all here. All right, so now with that being said, let's check out what production. This is another reason why I'm super excited today, because when I tell you y'all are punching the coronavirus in the face, y'all are punching the coronavirus in the face. Right now, we are doing 8.5, close, almost $8.6 million worth of production in our pipeline currently. That has, the highest that we've ever gotten as far as production at one time was a little less than 9 million, and we're almost there. But the caveat with that was there was one deal, it was a commercial deal for $6 million. So if you take that out, I call that an outlier. The highest that we had kind of been historically was around 3 million. That's where we were. But I said, you know what, man, I want us to get to the point where we're at least 5 million. That would be our floor. At least 5 million worth of production at any given time. And man, you guys took that banner and y'all ran with it. And not only did we get past 5 million, we kicked 5 million's ass. And now we're almost at 9 million. We're breaking records as far as with the level of production that we're bringing in. And every time I look at this thing, man, it seems like every week we're bringing in almost $2 million worth of new production. So even with us still closing deals, you guys getting commission checks, y'all are still bringing in new production, man, and I am super excited about it. So I just want to give a congratulations to Mr. Donovan Campbell, got some stuff in escrow. Jeff Lewis got some stuff in escrow. We got Shay on the call today. Congratulations, Shay. One of the newer agents, man. She's getting in here, putting her head down, and she's getting production up on this board, man. Congratulations, Shay. Congratulations to Margaret, who's technically on vacation this week, but well-deserved vacation because Margaret works really, really hard. So congratulations to Margaret Harrison. Congratulations to Rod Dixon coming in here to represent for the fellas. And LaKendra Kaufman, I want to congratulate her and all of you all for adding new production and helping us move this funnel up. At one point we were stopping at the 5 million mark because that's what we were shooting for, and we had to move that thing up to the 14 million mark just to give us something else to achieve for, because you guys are killing it. So congratulations. I want to give a shout out to the top 3. So Kendra Wheaton, she's holding that #1 spot. Chica Moma, and then my favorite realtor. You guys, whether we get to 50, 500, 5 million agents, she's always going to be my #1 agent, Mrs. LaQuanta Davis. Congratulations, you all, for being the top 3 producing realtors. And what that means is that these are the agents that have the most production in pipeline. So it's not based on what you closed. It's based on what you currently have on this pending board. So these are the top 3 agents that have the most production in escrow at this current time. So what does that mean? This list fluctuates every week because deals close, new transactions get on board. So it's always moving. And then twice a year, I look at the most productive agents. So that's where I look at how much has been closed, and then we highlight who's done the most production. But every week we look at who's putting stuff in the pipeline, who's producing, right? So congratulations. That's a lot of commission in the kitty. If you do not have your name on this list, then let's get it, right? We got the coaching. Let's take advantage of it. Let's get together. Let's put you in a position to where you consistently have production going on this board, and I can shout you out during the Create Your New Life. And matter of fact, you guys see the names on here. You might want to reach out to them. You might want to, talk to them. I know we in Corona. If we wasn't in the coronavirus, I would say, hey, man, y'all might want to grab some coffee or some lunch or something like that. But my point is that if they can do it, you can do it. It doesn't matter, right? Don't take no special powers. It just takes some grit. And all of us have it. And in addition to that, you got the resource of Michael G. Davis here, ready, willing to coach you, help build your business, get you to the next level. So let's get it going. All right, man. I know I went a little long on that because I was just so super excited about, man, what these guys are doing. All right, so let's jump into our new listing showcase. So, you know, if I got a property to highlight, then I'll jump onto the new listing showcase. You know, if I got something to really, really pique interest around here. So today, I felt like I did. And so this is Ricardo Davis's listing. Shout out to Rick D. And what Rick D has, he has a property. Let me get it queued. Rick D has a property in Rocheron, 3610 South Shore, asking $564,990. It's only been on the market for 2 days. Like I said earlier, you know, if you're on the other side of this transaction, it's a pretty nice payday, right? And look, that's definitely some volume that I want to add to our production board. Looks like 4,100 square feet on a 34,000 square foot lot, right? That's close to an acre. I'm familiar with this subdivision. Not a lot of lots in there, but they're all huge. Matter of fact, has some land in there that we were trying to sell at one point many years ago. But 3610 South Shore Drive looks like it's a minutes from Pearland with custom upgrades, fully stocked koi pond. Oh, so if you like goldfish, you already got some koi in there. Grand two-story entryway, expansive ceramic tile, hardwoods, frieze carpet, right? So that's fancy. Winding staircase, stone fireplace. The master is downstairs, so that's good if you don't like fooling with stairs. Adjoining, and it has an adjoining nursery, or study or nursery. Second bedroom suite with wheelchair accessible doors and fixtures, and an upstairs theater media room. Gourmet kitchen, 6 burner range. I mean, this is phenomenal. It has a pool, has a pergola, 3-car garage. Come on, man, this is solid. Let's check out some pictures. Let's help Rick D get this thing moved, man. This is something that does not need to sit on the market. See if we can get some pictures going on. You ain't gonna let me get no pictures. Looks like Easy Talk's not gonna let me get no pictures. Well, we got this picture. Let's see if it'll do it this way. Oh, there we go. All right, see, you got to know how to overcome. Turn your lemons into lemonade. All right, so that's a picture of the front, entryway. Easy Talk's like, nope, you're not gonna get it that easy, buddy. All right, so you guys are gonna have to go to the MLS to check it out, but start making some phone calls. Who do you have in your sphere of influence, in your database, that's looking for some luxury, that's looking to be away from the city? Although you're away from the city, you're not too far away from the city because you're close to Pearland. Let's see. Laquana, you had something to say? You unmuted yourself. No? Okay, she muted herself back. All right. But who do you know? Who do you know that's looking to purchase a $500,000 house, right? And if you don't know nobody that's looking, go find somebody. Get to work. Use Rick's property as a way to entice someone that may be in that market, right? See, that's the thing about the listing showcase. Right now, Brooks and Davis is offering you something that you can take and that you can put out there to your sphere, to your audience, to your people, right? You have the inside scoop because, you know, Rick's part of the family. So you got the inside scoop. You got a little bit of leverage that can assist somebody in purchasing this beautiful house. So use it. Go out there. Find somebody. And guess what? If you don't know how to do it, let's get a coaching session in place and let us put together a plan on how you can leverage it. That's what this is all about. All right, so let's help Rick D get his property sold at let me put it up here one last time. Let's help Rick D get his property sold at 3610 South Shore Drive, Rosharon, Texas 77583, Brazoria County. It's asking $564,990. It's only been on the market 2 days. All right, family, y'all get out there and get to work. Get to work. Get to work. All right. So the proprietary, again, for you vets that be on here a lot, when it comes to the Create Your New Life, y'all know that every session I like to highlight one of our proprietary programs, right? And the one that I want to look at today is actually the one you're participating in right now. It's the Create Your New Life Business Meeting and Coaching Session. Again, it's something that we look to do every single. So now, there's 52 weeks in a year. Let me get Laquan together. Okay, so now there are 52 weeks in a year. Now, do we do them every week? We don't do them every week. But at least 45, between 45 and 50, well, we'll say between 40 and 45. A year, we're doing these Create Your New Lives. And every time we do one, you are able to get an hour of CE credit, right? And in addition to it, we also have a playlist on YouTube, right? So that's one of the things that I want to point out as it related to the Create Your New Life. That, if you do miss a session, we have a playlist that has all 145 Create Your New Lives in it. Let me see. I think I got Jess to fix it for me.
You be like, who is that? Because I know I have some quotes from some people, and y'all be like, who is that? Well, I got a quote from someone.
There we go. Yeah, she did it for me. All right, so we have a list of, we have a playlist inside of YouTube that has all 145 episodes that we've done of the Create Your New Life. We've been doing this since 2016. So over 4 years, we've been doing Create Your New Lives, and we've been recording them. So there is a plethora of content and information on this one playlist alone. And so, every time we do them, we have we highlight the business side of things, like what we're doing now, kind of going through who are the top producing agents, going through, looking at our core ideology, listing showcase, any events that we have coming down the pipeline. So we do all of that towards the front of the CYNL. And then on the back side of the CYNL, we do, on the back side of the CYNL that's where we do our topic. So when you go back to and you look at the different episodes that we've had, that's how you can kind of look at it. And so I say that to say you don't necessarily have to look at the first 30 minutes. You can if you want to, but it's really specific to what was going on in Brooks and Davis at that time. That last 30 minutes is where we really dig into whatever particular topic that we're talking about for that week. So it's a great resource to take advantage of, going to our YouTube page and opening up that playlist and looking at those Create Your New Lives. All right. Okay, let's see. What else do we have today? It looks like Terry. It looks like you're trying to do something. What you trying to do, Terry? Miss Terry Kennedy. You trying to take control of the CYNL?
No. I just switched from my phone to my computer because I just got home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It sent me a request saying that you was asking for access to control. I'm like, nah, I ain't finna give Terry no access. It's my
career. How that happened.
It's all good. Okay. So today, I want to share with you guys, this weekend we are going to be having a license to carry concealed handgun course at the Create Your New Life. I'm sorry, at the Coaching and Training Center. So if you are wanting to get licensed, get your concealed handgun course, it's going to be this Saturday. I believe he's going to be doing a session on Sunday as well. I will kind of be sending it out again as we lead up to it. But this Action Jackson gun training, he's actually a really good friend of mine. He's my best friend, actually. And, you know, this is something that he's in law enforcement. He's been a police officer for years. Right now he works with the Alvin ISD, I believe. But he does these concealed handgun courses. So in partnership with us, he asked if he could use our location to host these sessions. So he's already done a couple of them. And this is something that we're going to be doing on a recurring basis. But that just kind of gives you some information of as far as what the cost is. If you are interested, he does give his email address. Or you can kind of, if you're interested, you can let me know, and I can make the connection. And there is a non-refundable deposit. He did text me today saying that he has 2 slots available. So but like I said, it is something that he's going to be doing on a recurring basis. So if it is something that you're interested in, you know, be on the lookout. And I don't know if the 2 slots is just for Saturday or if it's between the Saturday and the Sunday sessions. But I want to share this with you, especially since it's going to be at our Coaching and Training Center. All right. So with that being said, I think that was the last thing before we get into our topic for today. All right. So we're going to continue with looking at this social media deck, this massive social media deck. And if you're not familiar with a deck, then what it is it's kind of like a little slide. It's like slideshow. They can be utilized on LinkedIn, or they can be utilized. Some places call them carousels. And matter of fact, we went into them in detail on one of the episodes. It kind of escapes my mind which specific episode. Oh, I guess I can tell you right here. So episode, let's see, it was episode 39, actually. So episode 39, we went into detail of slide decks and showed you videos of it. So you can actually go there and see more specifically what a deck is. But Gary Vaynerchuk, and also I encourage you to go to episode 138 where we introduce it all and I validate this guy, right? Because what I tend to say on all our sessions, it's one thing to have 1 million followers on a single platform, but to go to multiple platforms, right? Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, to go to all these multiple platforms and have multiple millions of followers and engagement and views and things on multiple platforms, then that makes you an expert. So we decided, 8 episodes ago, that we were going to sit down and we were going to do a thorough look, a thorough view of this deck that Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk put out. So today we're looking at the last item in the deck. Item number 19 is what we're going to be looking at. And we are going to, and then next week we're going to be doing a recap. So he does a recap of everything he discussed. So that's going to be a great one where we're going to, work to hit, all the 19 in a condensed version of all these sessions. And once it's done, we're going to take them and we're going to create a playlist like we've done for our other 10-part series, something that you can go at your leisure and check out if you missed any of the other episodes, right? Because that's how we roll at Brooks and Davis. All right, so now let's jump into it. Today, we're looking at item number 19, which is TikTok clips. So how many of y'all on TikTok? Y'all tell me in the chat how many of y'all on TikTok. Or y'all can unmute yourselves and tell me. I tried to get on TikTok, right? You know, I kind of documented it, but man, that old TikTok thing didn't quite work out for you boy, because it requires too much time. You know, matter of fact, you know, if y'all follow me on Facebook or follow my wife on Facebook, her and my daughter tried to prank me yesterday doing one of these TikTok, I guess they call them TikTok trends or TikTok pranks that they tried to do on me yesterday. But I wasn't falling for it because I knew they was up to something. But so Gary is talking about TikTok and TikTok clips. Now at the time, Gary did this deck in October of 2019. So I know, you know, if you've been paying attention to the news, you know, our president is trying to get rid of TikTok and get them to sell their rights to an American company and things like that. But right now, you know, TikTok is one of the biggest social media platforms in the world. It is. Now, it is the youngest, which offers a lot of opportunity for engagement and growth still, because it is such an early stages of the platform. So that's what Gary was saying back in 2019, that it offers a lot of attention and engagement for content creators. And, you know, one of the things that we've really been talking about over the entire series that we've been doing is that we all have the capabilities to create content. And being a content creator doesn't mean that you have to have these super duper abilities of creating. We all create more than enough content in our daily lives based on, it's just a matter of us being able to document it. And that's one of the things that Gary talks a lot about in his deck, in his talks. If you follow him on his different platforms, he constantly encourages content creation as one of those things that is not just solely for those that have special talents. That we all have the capabilities of doing it. It's just a matter of doing it, like putting a plan in place and executing on it, you know, in reality. So, you know, I echo his same sentiments as it relates to being a realtor. Being a realtor and having a major presence on TikTok is a great way to, or is a great, I would say, a great piece to have in your lead generation stage of your business, right? You know, I've talked about breaking the business down into 3 stages: lead generation, sales process, service transaction management. And in that stage 1 lead generation stage, where you attract prospects, a solid social media strategy that you're running on a consistent basis can effectively bring you business on a consistent basis. I promise you it can. And that's why we spend so much time going through this deck. All right, so he says if you make content contextual, and we, you know, for those that have been with us in the past, contextual is if you make it based on the audience in that platform, it can give you the opportunity to go from starting out with no audience to actually having one. And that's what he's saying about TikTok. And because it was, you know, in its infancy. Let's see. Here we go. All right. We did that. All right. So, for example, Gary gave some examples. So, in Instagram, you know, he has a little Instagram thing, Instagram icon. He took an Instagram graphic and he turned it into a TikTok clip by adding some design elements and changing the copy. Right? So he took that image, he added it to TikTok, and then he changed the copy in TikTok. So that was one thing that he did. He repurposed. That's something else that you're going to see a lot of as it relates to this session, this series, is repurposing and the ability to be able to take content that you've already created and use it on different platforms, just modifying it slightly. So it's not as cumbersome as you think. So he took that Instagram and then he turned it into a TikTok clip. He talked about a quote that he took, and this is, he took this quote at Gary Vee, I think is his Facebook. So he took that quote and he layered it over a viral video clip. So went and found a video clip that was viral, took a quote that he had and layered it on top. And all that means is that he just put it in the caption. So all I want is for you to be as happy as this baby deer. That is all. And then he has a video connected to it. And then he turned it into a TikTok clip by changing the sizing, formatting, and design elements of the video and the layer, and then he changed the copy. So that was a TikTok. He says that context matters. Again, that's something that we've talked a lot about in all of the episodes. The context as it relates to the platform that you're utilizing does matter. And then he says, in a world that's so serious right now, TikTok is a place for more lightweight and fun videos. And now that's the reality. TikTok is more playful. It's a lot more younger demographic that's on TikTok. So, you know, as a part of your strategy, as you incorporate it into it, it's more for you to have fun, right? People on TikTok want to see fun. They want to laugh. They want to be joyful. It's about lighthearted, fun videos. So again, you can still take some of the content that you're using on some of the other platforms, but you just got to really put a lighter side to it if you're going to have people pay attention to it. So now the question is it just for kids? Because that's what I used to think. TikTok was just for kids. There ain't no adults on there. But when I created my TikTok, and first, what up, Margaret? Margaret Ruffin just came on with us, one of our affiliates. What's up, lady? As I was on TikTok, when I went on TikTok, I started seeing that there's a number of adults, a number of business owners, a number of entrepreneurs that are on TikTok right now. So, you know, as you put a good strategy in place, it can provide dividends on the effort that you utilize. But again, it's more lighthearted videos, more lightweight stuff. Okay, so here's another example. He says this is a clip from his Trash Talk series that made people laugh. And then he gave a click. See it. And I guess this is a Trash Talk series that he did on TikTok. So in the deck, he gives us an example of that. All right, so TikTok also makes it easy to share your videos on other platforms, which is true. So when you go inside of TikTok and you do your videos, it's real easy to take them and post them to the other platforms like Facebook, to text them to people, as well as to Instagram. And then he just gives us some performance recommendations as it relates to the baby deer TikTok. 642,000 likes, 6,400 comments, and all of this is on TikTok. And then he talks about the platforms you can use it for as far as the pieces of content that you create in TikTok. And as you know, Gary is leading up to 64 pieces of content. Like, that's where all this has been going. So this is actually the final 4 pieces of his 64, because remember I said this was the last item that he's discussed. And then he talks about how long it took 52 minutes to set everything up with the TikTok. So, and then boom, there's his running tally. He has his 64 pieces of content that, as we went through the whole deck, that he's created. All right, so now with the rest of the time, I want you all to kind of share with me you all's experiences as it relates with social media and how you're utilizing it. And let's just talk about some ways that you feel like you can improve upon it, since this entire series has been about social media. So who's going to be courageous enough to go first? Unmute yourself. And if you can't, if you have a problem unmuting yourself, I'll unmute you. Who want to go first? Don't be shy. Who is doing stuff on social media? Tell me that. Who's doing stuff on social media? Y'all gonna make me call you out. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. All right, let me go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right, I'm gonna do Michelle. Michelle, can you hear me? I unmuted you. Okay. Talk to me about social media, Michelle. You using social media?
You know what? I don't, and I think that was one of the things on my plan is to get onto social media. Early on, I was on like Facebook and maybe just Facebook, and then I end up getting off there just because of some things that I was involved in that kind of pulled me off of there. So it is, I had just written down the other day to just, I guess, probably do your presentation or review your presentation of all the different channels of social media to see what would work best for me and see what I would feel comfortable with, because I'm not just one of those persons that's always out on, social media sharing and doing that kind of thing. So it is, even though I kind of keep up with the social media trends, I'm not actively on there. So that's
absolutely
be interesting.
So you're still like going to it, but you're not actively posting on it. Is that what you're saying?
Right. I mean, I'm aware of it. Like, I'm, of course, familiar with, know about TikTok and watch, Gary Vaynerchuk, and obviously, everybody's on, other things like Pinterest, Instagram, all those type things. So I'm very much aware. I very much try to stay in the loop of what's going on. I'm just personally not on there.
Gotcha. So now, what do you think has been the biggest challenge that you've had as far as creating a strong social media presence? What do you think?
Well, one is just doing it, and I think, with social media, it's kind of like once you get on, well, for me, now I look at it a little differently. You have to really identify your, kind of like identifying your brand of who you are and what you're offering. And even if you're on for fun, like you say, you do fun things, but you can always, relate it back to business and get business. That's really, what you want to do, just to have that presence. So for me, it's just, deciding, okay, basically who I'm going to be on social media, especially because I know the bottom line is for business, even if even if I do have some other fun interactions as well.
Absolutely. Well, we know one of the biggest things is getting the coaching back going, right? Getting us back and going through that process. So that, and then I definitely recommend that you go back through the other episodes where we looked at 18 other of the platforms and recommendations that Gary Vee gave, and we really took some time looking through that stuff. So as you begin to build your strategy, and I work with you on doing that, we have a base to pull from to utilize in structuring it. That makes sense?
Yes, it does. And actually, I think I got something on Group Me when I don't know if Jessica sent it or what, but anyway, this was maybe a few months ago. But anyway, it caused me to go back, and I was watching that, and I was like, wow. To be honest, I guess it really even gave me more courage to get on, to get on some, a lot obviously more open to it. I realize, hey, because I'm in business and probably because of who I am going to have a social media presence anyway. So but it's just going into it. I want to be wise and orchestrate that even correctly.
Absolutely. Great. Well, good. Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being courageous, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you for putting me on the spot. For calling me out.
Hey, look, you killed it. You killed it, though. Okay, so who else wants to share? Come on, talk to me. Follow Michelle's lead. Who else wants to talk to me about their social media experience? Having one or not having one. All right, Shay, I got to go with you. Come on, talk to me.
Huh? Oh, he just called me out and I wouldn't listen.
I called you out. Come on. Give y'all some liquid courage. Oh, you muted yourself. Then look, she's going to try to mute herself. All right, now we can hear you. Quit muting yourself. You muted yourself again. Unmute yourself.
Okay, now am I off mute?
Yes, now you're off mute. I'm unmuting you and you yourself back. All right, so talk to us about your social media situation.
Yeah, I need some help. No, seriously, my social media, it's really to, I kind of try to use like the 80-20 rule, which it ends up being more like 20-20, but because it's not enough, but to try to, post things that are, what I may be doing, personally, or just information not related to real estate, but then also keeping myself fresh in people's memory as an agent, because that's how I've gotten a lot of people coming, at me, or people, reaching out to me like, hey, I need help with this, I need help with that, and all of that. And so that, it does help start the conversation about, helping people with their needs, property needs, or just with questions they may have, what do I need to do to prepare and all of that. But Instagram, I'm not as active on that period as I should be. And one thing that I found out is if you're going to conduct business on Instagram, you really should use a business page, because if your page is private, and mine is, then no matter how many hashtags you use, you can use 50 hashtags, you can hashtag it to an optimal position, but no one is going to see it. It's not going to reflect if you don't have a business page. So it's just, right now I am in the process of trying to streamline all of the social media platforms and try to find out which is more viable. Depending on what you want to do, Twitter may be, optimal for one person, whereas Instagram and Facebook, which is one and the same sort of. And then there's LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is its own animal, and they're actually, from what I've seen, they've actually kind of, taken LinkedIn to a level of being some sort of powerhouse, and it's important now. It's, and then there's TikTok, which I just haven't had the time to get off of that. I like watching it, but but I mean, TikTok actually, for the agents that want to do like tidbits, and put out, like the little, comedy bits and things like that, or just like little snippets. TikTok, I can definitely see how, it could definitely be something that would help kind of get you that notoriety, or kind of get eyes on you more so, because of the way the algorithm is, because I don't think we figured it out yet. And I think that's important. So that's it. I mean, you shouldn't ask me, because I can keep talking. You ask me.
No, and I look, I appreciate you sharing, Shay. That's why I asked you, because I know you would talk a lot. So I know who my agents are. But, you know, yeah, if you haven't looked at the other episodes, because, you know, Gary talked about LinkedIn and how he utilizes that in his strategy. He talked about Instagram and how he utilizes it, Facebook, you know, and a host of other things. And he also gave a number of ideas that you could utilize as you know, implement your social media piece. Again, you know, this is something that I'm constantly saying. It all just really starts with a plan, right? You just sit down and you decide, you know, which platforms are you going to focus on, which platforms, what kind of content are you going to create that you feel is attractive to your audience, and then you just kind of put a plan together, a plan of the platform, a plan of the type of content, a plan of the frequency of how you're going to post. You know, if you want to do themes, I know one of the things that's really helped me as far as like my social media strategy is every week I come up with a theme, and for that week I try to follow kind of that theme for that week. Whether it's one is time. I think I did a week where time is king, and that was the theme that I was hitting on the different activities I was doing on my social media platforms. This week's theme is called Be a Resource, where I'm kind of highlighting different resources or opportunities or encouraging agents to be a resource for their client base. So, you know, I found that themes really help you kind of hone it in so it's not so ambiguous, the content that you're coming up with. But yes, I would highly encourage you with that, Shay. You also know the coaching is available to help you with that process of building, you know, your strategy. Right? So, you know, that is an option available to all of the agents to help you all get to the next level. And then, yeah, look at those other episodes. Look at the other episodes, the playlist. We're at the end at this point. So now's the time to just get started and sit down, putting that plan together, and executing that plan. So thank you for sharing, Shay. I appreciate you talking, even though I you out.
I know.
I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you sharing. All right, well, I mean, that kind of sums it up for today, man. Does anybody have anything else before I wrap it up? If not, next week, we are going to be doing the grand recap next week, right? So we're going to look back at all 19. We're going to try to, you know, summarize it, you know, this past series and, you know, wrap it up and put a bow on it and then sum it up. The next series is going to be about the psychology of real estate. So we're going to take some time really digging in. I'm still fleshing out exactly how many episodes it's going to be. But that's really what we're going to be focusing on is the psychological part. You know, that thing that is freezing a lot of realtors from doing the necessary activity that's needed for them to be successful. So that's what we're going to spend some time delving in after this series is over. But we got one more episode before we get into it. All right, so with that being said, I always like to end the way that we began by just giving you all some reminders. If you did take advantage, like Shay took advantage of the CE piece, so she's going to get an hour of continuing education credit for her time that she spent with the Create Your New Life because she was logged in. She showed me identification. I know who she is. I was able to see her the entire time, and she stayed on. So good job. Congratulations, Shay. Also, again, if you're looking at this on our YouTube channel or somebody sent you the episode, and maybe you're with a brokerage company and you need coaching, right? You need nurturing. You need a broker that really cares about helping you take your business to the next level, really walking with you and taking the time to hit those specific points, those specific areas that you can use to build something sustainable, right? Because at Brooks & Davis, we're all about helping our realtors build sustainable realtor businesses, the kind of business that will be able to offer them the quality of life that they want, you know, where they won't have to have that side hustle You know, they won't have to worry about their revenue being inconsistent. They don't have to worry about them cash gaps, you know, having bills and not being able to pay them. You know, having the kind of business that is going to offer that freedom and flexibility that most of us get into. Well, you're not going to know how to do it. You're going to need somebody to help you do it, and that's where your broker comes in. And the reality is that most brokers don't know how to do it. So you got to get with the right broker. And if that's you, I encourage you to click on the link and schedule an in-person or company introduction with myself so I can talk to you a little bit more and you can learn a little bit more about what we have to offer at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. All right, and then last but not least, we are on social media. This whole series has been about social media. So God forbid we not on social media, right? That wouldn't make sense. So our YouTube channel, I highly encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at least 2 to 3 times a week. We're putting content out on our social media platforms. So YouTube is a great place to go. Our Facebook business page is a great place to go. Again, 2 to 3 times we're sending out content. And then you can engage with me on my personal pages on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook. And on TikTok, but I'm not really active on TikTok like I started out. Started out strong, but then it's fizzled off, and I ain't figured out a way to reincorporate it. But definitely LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I'm engaging on those platforms. All right, and if any of my agents, if y'all on here and y'all not following me or engaging with me on social media, y'all need to do it. Stop playing these games. All right, with that being said, let me go ahead and cue my music, and we're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap this one up. We got another one in the books. Couldn't find my music, y'all. My bad. No, we are done today. Had another phenomenal Create Your New Life. Clearly, I was super excited. We had some great things that we went through. We looked at item number 19, which is the last item on our journey towards social media dominance. We talked about Brooks & Davis's biggest mountain to climb, being the #1 real estate company in production and profitability. We also talked about our Create Your New Life and the playlist we have on YouTube. We have our concealed license training that we're hosting here this weekend. And let's go ahead and help Rick D sell that $500,000 property and get that big commission check. With that being said, I'm your host, broker, CEO, Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, Realtor plus business coach. Excited to be here. You guys have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.